Skull, and welcome back to Valkyrie's Art Corner. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell for notification of my new videos. Today we're going to be working on Isabelle, the dog from Animal Crossing. Just to let you know, I personally have not played it yet, but I'm actually quite intrigued, and I'm considering within the next week actually taking a dive into it. Also, she is a character on Super Smash Brothers. I don't understand why they put half the characters they do on there, but okay. So we're going to start off by drawing some basic shapes. First I drew my grid, and then drew a circle around where the head would be. I drew a shape similar to a jelly bean as the stomach. And now I'm just putting the cylinders and the circles in for the legs. And then for the arm pose, first a circle at the shoulder. Again, another cylinder shape for the arm. And then repeat the same thing in whatever pose you're wanting to do on this side. And the last cylinder for the arm. So now that we've got the basis of where everything's at, we can begin the actual drawing. So I'm going to start off with a bow shape, or just a curved shape for the eyes, because in the picture that I'm drawing, she's happily jumping up and down with her eyes closed. And then a small blackened in triangle for the nose, and then a big happy grin. Now I did draw that smile a little too big, so what I'm going to do is draw a U shape with a partial curve up on the top for the mouth, and then a really wide set U on the inside of the mouth for the teeth, and then a circle for the cheeks marks where her little blush marks would be. And then again, I'm just kind of adjusting the mouth just a little bit. Now we're going to draw the outside of her head. We're going to pretty much follow the circular curve that we put in the drawing, like so, because she does have a very big head compared to the rest of her body, but a lot of cartoon characters do have that. And then now we're going to draw in her hairline, so we're going to do a curve here, and curve up in that curve, and then add in a second curve, and meet it in the middle, and then repeat on the other side. And then we're going to draw the top of her head just like so, and finish the curve out. And then we're going to do a slight bean shape here for the ear, and then an extra one right here, and then do the same over here after you add on to the face. I kind of messed up on that face, a little too pointy. And then another oblong shape over here for the other side, and then one going under here. And then we're going to add in a curved rectangular up on top for her hair tie, along with this big half circle up here for the top of her hair. And erase that line, and then draw a little squiggle line on the inside, and then a smaller half circle over here. Now for the inside of her shirt, we're going to do a U shape right here, and draw a little bow by drawing a partial circle over here, partial circle over here, and then a tiny little loop down at the bottom. Then we're going to outline that again with another partial U, but stopping in the middle. And then drawing a rectangle downward for the button part of her shirt, and circles on the inside for the buttons. Now I'm going to curve this out just slightly so we can draw her shirt, and then come down here and curve it. And this part right here is going to be her belly sticking out because the shoulder's back a little bit farther. And then we're doing some kind of rounded rectangles on the side where her pockets would be. And we're drawing in her skirt. And again, we're just following the lines that we kind of drew out just at the beginning so we get our lines and our portions correct. And then I'm drawing her arm, a curve right here for the sleeve. And then her sleeve reaches out this way because her arm is extended. So we're going to finish that sleeve and then do another long bean shape out here for the arm. And that one's a little too pointed, so we're going to fix that. And I'm just erasing some of the inner lines right here to kind of make the drawing a bit more solid. And now we're going to draw her leg where it's connected right here, following the line that we drew. And again down here. So now that's just the basics of how to draw Isabelle. So now what I'm going to do is outline right here where the white mark on her face would be. And I'm going to take my fine tip Sharpie and outline the whole thing to make it pop on the page. So I'm going to draw her eyes in a little bit thicker. And then her nose right here. And the reason why I'm tracing it in marker also as well, so that you as the viewer can see it a little bit better, because I know sometimes drawing in pencil, it tends to get a little hard to see on the paper, so that's why I'm outlining on here for you. And just follow every line you made with the pencil. So you know the drill by now. Do her little circle marks on her cheek. Because in every picture I see her in, she's super duper happy. And if you, when you drew with a pencil, made any errors, you can always correct it when you're going in for the final design on the marker. And I did that in a few places where I thought either something was too long or too short or anything like that. And then after you draw with the marker, you can always go back in with your pencil and erase all the extra lines that you have there. Drawing a little rectangle up here and the big poof for the top. Another little poof there. And then we're going to draw on her little bow tie again. At this point I was trying to decide whether or not to color her in. I decided to keep her black and white because you can pretty much color her in how she wants to be. So just leaving it black and white for now, so that way you can have a little bit of a artistic creativity with Isabelle. But typically her colors are like tan, white, pink, green, gray, and blue. But so yeah. And then right here I actually made her skirt just a little bit longer because I felt that it was a little too short. So I just trace her around. And right here I felt that she needed to be a little sharper. So what I did was I went back in, as I mentioned before, and started to erase all the extra pencil lines and everything like that to make her look more clean. Also, you want it to erase in areas that you've already drawn the marker on, so that way it gives it a second to dry. I've made that mistake before about going in and erasing and then it still be wet and it smudged the whole drawing. So you want to try avoiding that mistake by letting it dry just a little bit before you go back in to erase all the pencil marks. And also this helps out when you're going to color or even paint something to eliminate any extra lines that may show up through lighter colors that tend to show up a little bit more opaque or see-through. And then now I'm finished with that. And as always sign your name to your work. I don't normally, I used to a long time ago, I used to sign my initials to it, but then I figured since I go by what I go by and their symbol is the wing, so I just do wings or put a little picture in its place. Alright, that's Isabelle, and I hope you like the drawing. If you'd like to see more Animal Crossing or any other character requests, please don't hesitate to comment below or contact me on my Facebook at Valkyrie's Art Corner.